Hey, good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me for the morning weather update here on MLive. Of course, you know we do this every morning right about this time. Sometimes I'm on the ball at 8:30, 8:45, pretty common, to maybe 9 o'clock at the latest usually. So if you're just joining us for the first time, definitely check us out and allow the notifications from MLive, and then you'll start to see when I actually go on live and other live broadcasts from MLive as well. I'm ready for questions too, and I'm ready to say good morning to everybody. What I've been finding this morning already on some questions and comments I've been getting is Florida is cold. Some folks are waking up to temperatures in the 30s down in Florida on vacation. Let's hope it turns around for you pretty quickly there. What are we going to talk about today? Well, we do have a quiet day today. We'll take that. We have a slow, what I'm calling a warm up. I don't want to call it warm, but we're going to have a lot of 30s, mid to upper 30s over the next 5 to 7 days or so. So I don't know that you'd call it warm. I would give it the analogy of, what if we were in the last week of July and we had high temperatures of 70 degrees for a week? You wouldn't call that cold, but for the last week of July, you certainly would. Hey, good morning, Angel Ledesma and Matt Yeager. Good morning. All righty, and then of course we got to talk about the Saturday, Sunday storm too. So let's get to it here. And here's the radar again, pretty quiet across lower Michigan, no precipitation, but we do have some snow starting to develop in the western part of the UP. It's going to kind of be an extended light to moderate snow for you over the next couple of days. You'll continue to get an inch here and an inch there, and slowly pile up. But by UP standards, nothing that's anything really big. Hey, good morning, Vicki Davis and Carolyn Jewell and David Rowe. Good morning. Carol, oh boy, I'm going to try this one. Boncheskowitz? That is a tongue twister there. We're getting these snowstorms in February in Bay City. Yeah, I think we probably will. We're in that kind of pattern that we can get storm systems, snowstorms. So let's go to the European model now. I do recognize that there's a lot of squigglies on here, but what I want to show you is we're into this evening. Lower Michigan is dry. That snow starting to arc back across the UP. Now, as we go into tomorrow, the light snow will start to inch into lower Michigan, maybe some rain mixed in there. Not really heavy, not well put together. Hey, Jim Maidlow, 37 this morning in Naples, Florida. And now we go into Friday. This is Friday evening. So the storm center approaching. How does this one differ than the last two storms? This one's a little bit slower of a mover. So instead of say a Friday, Saturday storm, this is a Friday, Saturday, some of Sunday type storm. You might think, uh-oh, it's not as strong. It doesn't have as much cold air in place. And the last two storms were even marginal on cold air. So this one's going to, again, struggle to be totally wintry. But don't get me wrong, we will get some snow out of this. Okay. Hey, good morning, Bob Murphy in South Lyon and Virginia Burroughs. Good morning. Aaron Friel. Good morning. Greenbush checking in. That's in the northeast corner by Ascota. Okay, so we're at Saturday morning, and the center of that low about Detroit, that typically keeps the southeast part of the state warm enough for some rain to mix in with the snow. Northern half of lower Michigan, it would probably be all snow. And I say probably because the days preceding that are going to be 35 to 37. This is also a storm where the time of day will matter. So during the nighttime hours when it cools down a couple of degrees, it'll probably be mostly snow, very wet. During the middle of the day, when the temperature warms a couple of degrees to 35 or 36, it'll probably be snow mixed with rain, maybe changing to rain at times. So again, messy, but this is the kind that might act pretty good on the roadways. With roadways, if you get a plow to come by, you get some salt, you get the cars moving the salt around, you could get wet on the interstates just during the middle of the day. And now we're at Sunday afternoon, and the storm is finally pulling off, so it's a slow one. Jody Slago, hey, Mark, I'm traveling from Detroit to Frankenmuth Friday and returning Saturday. Bad travel time? Not perfect, but I would just watch the forecast. And again, at 35 degrees, on the interstates, you're probably not going to have a terrible time, but you're not going to have perfect weather either. Good morning, Denise Langworthy and White Cloud. Some ice for the ice fishermen. I fish too, and this is the time of year where sometimes you look out there and you say, wow, it would be nice to have a boat not winterized and be out there, because it looks like you could really catch the fish in a boat without the ice. Move around easier, get to your favorite spots. So we'll keep going. We'll go into next week and just show you that we're in this once a week storm pattern. So as we get to Friday of next week, here comes the next storm, and looks about the same as the others as far as the track. The only thing here is that the cold air is really lacking. Okay. Yes. Fill the wiper fluid up. Good point, Rick Metzger. Jason Clanigan Jr. How's the UP? You will get, like I said, a kind of a long drawn out 1 to 3 inches each day type deal. Not what the UP really would call a snowstorm, but it'll gradually stack up over time over the next 3 or 4 days. Here's a closer look for you, okay? And we go into tonight, and the lower peninsula is dry. Debbie, you missed about going to Frankenmuth. We're going, excuse me, for the Detroit, from the Detroit area Saturday morning. Oh, yes, that's right, Snowfest. So should be really good conditions for that, because it doesn't look extremely windy. It looks fairly mild, not that it would melt a lot of sculptures. And the travel, again, on the interstates with the plows going, with the intensity of snow expected, I would call it light to at times moderate. Yeah, I think you'll be all right for late January. Okay. Is there any chance of a polar vortex yet this winter? Asks Michael Blotcher. Yes, there is a chance, but we don't see it for the next 2 weeks. Probably not going to happen. If it hasn't been showing up as a possibility already somewhere around the globe, probably not going to be a year where the polar vortex migrates off the pole and heads our way. Are fruit trees in danger from all our warm weather? No, I don't think it's warm enough for that. It's it's just 30. So fruit trees really need some extreme weather for a long time period to get them to come out too early. We are at Friday morning. Okay, so the action on this storm actually is about Friday. There's Friday evening, and don't get me wrong, that's a snowy pattern, but at 33 or 34 or 35, it's hard to say how it will react. It won't be as snowy as if it was 28 degrees or so. And this is Friday night. And then Saturday, we get some rain mixed in there. And then we go to Sunday and we get some blobs of snow. So it's an off and on kind of thing. How are the strawberries in Florida? That's a good question. I think this is probably a quick frost in the inland strawberry areas. So let's hope it's not too bad. Okay. Hi, Angie Cariano. How much snow? Let's just give you a preliminary look. And I've said all along, I think this is a 3 to 6 inch snow, but with some caveats. Really de-emphasizing the 6. Sometimes that's just a thin strip right underneath the center of the upper low, 10 miles wide or so in this kind of storm system. I would say a lot of places at 3-4 inches. And again, a lot of it acting like rain or melting off of the roadways at certain times. Now, warm, I better not use the word warm. I'll use warmer than normal, and I'll let you decide if it's warm. So here are the high temperatures. Today, we're about 30 to 32 in a lot of places. So that's not warm, but it's not as cold as it could be in the deep, deep cold of winter that we're into right now. Okay, Wanda says strawberries got covered up last night, so she watched it. Hey, good morning, Clark Hughes and Aaron Stack. Clark Hughes, there's your shout out for the day. Is this a flip pattern you talk about, warmer than normal for a few weeks and flips for a few weeks? We haven't had the flip-flops a lot this year. We've just been generally on the warmer than normal track. The NOAA still is sticking with they feel like February and March will end up colder than average, but they're not saying that it'll be extremely colder. But the trend is your friend, and right now the cold air isn't there. So this is Thursday, and these are the high temperatures for Friday. So now you're starting to inch up into the mid to upper 30s in a lot of places. Curtis Jack, how much for Flint? I think the whole state is in a general 3 to 6 inch, but I de-emphasize the 6. Maybe I should call it a 3 to 5 total from Friday through Sunday morning. Again, something definitely to keep an eye on. Saturday, now look at these temperatures Saturday. Talking mid-30s, a few upper 30s. And again, you can get snow there. You can still be accumulating on the grass or on the snow now. But on the roads, the salt can take care of it pretty good. We'll travel from Jackson to Cedar Springs Saturday morning, be okay. Kate Williams. Again, I'm saying it's not going to be perfect. You're going to have snow falling. You're probably going to have rain mixed in there. Interstates, maybe not bad. It's a wait and see. I wouldn't be super paranoid about it just yet, especially if you could let the sun come up and let the temperature come up a degree or two. There could be a big change in road conditions at that point. And as we go into Sunday, we're 30s again. And as we go to Monday, we're 30s to upper 30s. As we go to Tuesday, same deal. So the point being is you don't see anything. This is Wednesday. This is next Thursday. Very consistent temperatures, I guess is what I'm saying, in the mid to upper 30s for southern lower for about the next 7 days, when we should be about 28, 29, 30 degrees. 5 degrees, 7 degrees warmer than normal, something like that. Hey, Tom Ramsey, good morning. How does travel to Chicago Saturday morning? You'd be in the same system, but again, interstates, 35 degrees, you're probably going to do okay. Leaving for South Carolina next Friday. Should we leave sooner? No, I think you'll be okay, Chris Cutnya. It's got to watch that next storm system next Friday. And, if you're driving, you might want to escape 12 hours ahead of time or 6 hours ahead of time. You don't have to go far in this weather pattern to get into just rain, because if Michigan is on the border of rain and snow, you know that Ohio is rain. So you just have to get about 100 miles south, and then it's all above freezing type driving. Curtis Jack, when will the snowstorm hit here? Heather Tucker, when will the snowstorm be here? I don't know that I would call it a snowstorm on this one, but it'll be here Friday into Saturday, maybe parts of Sunday morning. Thomas Frick, Bay City, yeah, you're going to get into it by Friday also. Snow, leaning toward rain at times, back to snow. Several inches possible. We'll have to see how it all plays out. All righty, there you go. This is the MLive morning weather update. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. We would appreciate it if you share this information with your friends so that they know that they can get their questions answered. I do think it's kind of cool that you have to admit this is the only weather broadcast where you could ask a question and I could possibly try to give you an answer. I can't answer everybody's questions because they fly through so quickly. but at least you can get some answers. All right, enough of my soapbox now. Have yourselves a great Wednesday. I'll see you back here tomorrow. We'll continue to update you on the storm system. Maybe that's the best way to determine storm system coming for Friday into Saturday into Sunday morning.